Aloha, children of the night, and welcome to the Tiki Goth Club. And I gotta say that this is a very, very special episode for me, and it's all because of this woman right here, Ashley Morgan of Sleepy Siren Treasure Company. Now, you may all know her from her mugs like Jacques Too Slow, Kelp King, and she is a tiki mug maker that's in Tacoma, Washington. She is a Tiki Goth Club member. It was my birthday back in July. And we're filming this right now, right at the very beginning of October. It's like the last week of September. Mm-hmm. And I had a birthday party at the Devil's Reef. Ashley's like, she goes, all right, I have a birthday present for you, but I'm still working on it. But in the meantime, I got this for you, so here's a birthday present for you here, which was this really, really awesome skull mug. And who was it by?
Trevor Foster's Memento Mori.
I mean, seriously, it's like the full-size head, like half the head. I'm like, well, and then you gave me like all those like these like little pamphlets and like these old school little booklets and stuff like that.
Those were my husband. Those were his collection.
So you gave me a mug and you gave me some pamphlets.
Extras.
Thanks, Cliff.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
They were taking up room on the back of the toilet shelf.
Here, these are sitting on our toilet. Maybe Ray will want these.
Technically, the mug was his too, because he collected those ones.
And I'm like,
I guess take credit for something.
And I thought, like, this is great. I'm happy with my gift here. Now, I have a little bit of a confession to make. When I filmed your episode, well, you know this, but I'm telling this to the audience.
Oh, yeah.
So when we did, you make your mugs in your house.
Yes.
And we're walking around, and you have all these shelves, and then you had all these like Jacques Too Slows up on top of this one shelf, and I'm like, oh, okay, so are these the mugs that are going to go out? These are the ones you're going to sell. No, they're like, no, they're the ones that are actually they didn't make it. They're
gonna smash those.
They're there's like a flaw in them, or they're not right. I'm like looking at them, like, looks great to me. I'm like, what are you gonna? And you're like, yeah. I'm like, what are you gonna do with them? You're like, yeah, we're just gonna take them out and smash them up. And I'm like, can I have one? So you're like, yeah, you can take as many as you want. So I actually took two. Jason took one, and then I took a couple others to give some of my friends. I gave one to Grant.
Right. Yeah, we were talking about that.
So I thought, when you're like, okay, well, I figured like, okay, well, probably what the birthday present is, and she probably has one of these mugs that
one of my cracked
mugs, and you're like, here you go. It's my latest mug. I thought that's what I was gonna get. I had no expectations at all what I was getting, and then finally you got it done, and we were both going to the Beachcomber Bash, which is a tiki convention, first time at Ocean Shores, and you're like, all right, I'll see you at Ocean Shores, and I'll give you your birthday present there. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool, awesome. Again, no expectations. And then Ashley's like, here you go. And you gave me this box. And then you start unwrapping it. And I'm like, I can see the wings. And I'm like, holy shit, she made a Tiki Goth Club mug. I'm like, really? I'm like, holy shit, this is incredible. I'm like losing my... and I'm like... So what are we going to do? I mean, are we going to sell them, or what are we going to do? And you're like, well, I have the mold. We can definitely make more. And I'm like, yeah, let's do that. So then that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And hiding the Tiki Goth Club mug is hidden underneath my buddy Jason's fez. And right there it is. Here you go. The Tiki Goth Club mug. And I'll tell you what, you knocked it out of the park. I mean, that is the face.
Oh, yeah. So I actually printed out the logo.
Oh, shit.
And worked on top of that print.
Yeah.
So that it would be exactly the same as your logo.
It is. It literally is exactly the same. What I love about
other than the wings, I had to obviously...
The wings are great.
I wanted to make it so you can hold it without worrying about the wings breaking off.
And there's actually kind of like a little indentation. Well, it says Tiki Goth.
Right, so I squeeze each one
to
make it so you can hold it. I pinch it like a crab.
Oh, it's so cool. And I'll tell you what. I mean, I took pictures of it, and I made it like my screensaver on my computer. Aww. So like that's what I look at. I'm like... And I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to put these out. So
I'm so excited for them.
So that being said, what's going to happen is Tiki Goth Club members will get the first dibs, right?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, and then after that, then I'll open it up to anyone else. And it's funny. I mean, like I've been doing the Tiki with Ray thing for like a long, long time, and there's always been talk like, oh, doing the Tiki with Ray mug, but it's like, what's that going to be? Is it going to be my bald head? I don't want that. I never, it's like that. But what I always loved about the Tiki Goth Club is that, this logo, my friend Matt made the logo. He's an old friend of mine.
Oh, well, he should definitely get his own special mug.
Yeah, and he will. And it's just sort of like, it makes me happy because, a really good friend of mine, one of my best friends, made the logo. He's from the coal region too, from Pennsylvania. And it's just so awesome to see like his design, my buddy's design, is a logo that I'm using. I've made glasses with, and now a mug. And I'm beside myself, Ashley. And I mean, thank you so much for doing this. And I'm going to put more details on how to get one at the end of the video. And in the meantime, while we're getting these ready, go to Sleepy Sire Treasure Company to buy some of her other mugs. Right?
Yes.
And and that being said, are you still doing your paintings too?
I am just slowly now that my printing is paused. I'm going to be. I always put out a large group of paintings for Christmas. Yeah. They're usually only available in Port Angeles, though. I have a gallery in Port Angeles that I supply regularly. It's called One of a Kind Gallery. They're over at the wharf. So I usually send all my originals up there. And there's a winery up there that I send to. So most of my stuff is going to be going up there.
Okay.
But I do want to get to the point where I can list those on Sleepy Siren. I just have to repurchase some equipment. Gotcha.
And for the record, when it comes to buying this mug, it's going to be on my website, the tikigothclub.com. So I'll be taking care of all the orders and all that stuff. So I'm really excited for this.
Me too.
And thank you very much. Talk about like probably one of the best birthday presents I ever had was my buddy Jason over there. He put on my surprise 50th birthday party, which, I mean, I'm still beside myself that he did that for me and that all my friends came out. That's before you knew me. This was a couple years ago. But I mean, but outside of that, I mean, the fact that you made this mug, because I didn't ask you to do it. Like it's not even anything I even conceived of.
Oh, so I was sitting there.
Yeah.
And I was looking at Tiki Goth Club stuff.
Yeah.
And I looked at my calendar and I was like, oh shit, it's almost Ray's birthday. Yeah. I was like, I could totally make a Tiki Goth Club mug. And so I had no time to do this. Yeah. I completely convinced myself that I could make a sculpture and cast it and mold it and then cast from the mold in 9 days.
Oh shit!
And I made the attempt. I almost died.
It'd be funny if the thing's like crooked, like some of the letters are working into each other. Like
it was. I just got to the point. I was like, oh my god. It's like this is not gonna happen. Because at first I took those first 2 or 3 days to just try to hand build it. I was like, I'm gonna throw a cylinder on the wheel and then I'll just add on to it from there. But I couldn't get the wings the way I wanted to get the wings. I was like, I know I can do this if I do it in monster clay and foam, which that was actually the first time I used multiple mediums in order to make the original sculpture. So that is actually from a cornstarch can and foam and monster clay.
That's awesome. Well, there you go. See, now you got a little bit of the process how it was made, but it just feels great though.
The pinch is what works.
The pinch is what's all about. And the fact is, like, as you're drinking it, it's like your hands are hidden behind the wings.
Yeah. Well, and you can hold it by the wings like a sippy cup.
I guess you could.
If you're feeling... And the wings are solid. They're not hollow. Yeah. So that way there's nothing getting up in there that you can't clean or anything like that.
Nope. They are its own thing. Anyway, so people out there, if you're interested in getting one, tikigothclub.com. Ashley, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You are recording already.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you, Jason.
Sure. I'm here for superfluous duties.
How do you say that word?
Superfluous.
Super.
Is it Sue or
Soup.
Sir?
Soup.
Soup?
You can be
Soup.
superfluous, but
It's-
can you
yes.
just be fluous?
Superfluous.
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 Yes, if you put the emphasis on the wrong syllable, it's
Super.
More.
I see. That's the thing. Now I'm second guessing
Superfluous.
everything that I'm saying now. Jacques too slow. Shitting. Getting. The Tiki Goth Club is way more than just this YouTube program. It's also a club that you can join. For $15, you can become a member of the Tiki Goth Club. You get your own membership card with your own number. I'll send you a couple stickers and a pin. I also have shirts for sale, patches, and glasses. If you're interested in any of this, head over to my website, tikigothclub.com, and everything's there for you. The Tiki Goth Club now has an official fanzine. It's called the Tiki Nomicon. It's chock filled with articles written by actual Tiki Goth Club members, articles written by myself. It talks about news, things that are going on in the Tiki Goth Club, and it can be all yours for $5, plus $5 in shipping and handling. Head over to tikigothclub.com to get your copy today. I do have an idea that I was talking to Jason about this, and he knows, like, so now pretty much, like, I love diner food. Like, I love breakfast food. And, but now I've come to the conclusion, if I'm going to go, I'm going to get steak and eggs. That's what I got. I get steak and eggs. And I thought, like, that would be a good show. Like, I go across the country,
And
go into
only get steak and eggs.
yeah, and get steak and eggs, and then talk about it and be like, here I am at blah blah blah's diner, and we're gonna try how this steak is. Ooh, the steak is nice and tender, and oh, these eggs are kind of runny or whatever.
I think that would work.
It would be a great idea.
I don't eat steak, but
Yeah, but I thought it'd be a great idea. But then I realized, like, no, well, like, say I'm very successful with this just channel, and it's like, I'm not that passionate about steak and eggs. It's just what I eat.
then you're just
How would
stuck
you feel if you
eating
ate
steak.
steak?
I'll
and
tell you
eggs
what, Ray.
forever.
I've been wait. I love your channel. You're so specific about how steak and eggs are at all these restaurants, and I'd be like, yeah. I mean, like, I love tiki. Like, I love tiki. I love talking about it. So I'm passionate about it. But I'm like, it's like what I eat, so I'm not gonna do it.
Right. Well, and there's variants in tiki too. You
Yeah.
got a lot of crossover and stuff like that. There's no crossover with steak and eggs. It's just
It's
steak and eggs.
Yeah.